is it going? Thanks for clicking on this. I'm going to take a look at some magazines I got in the mail in the last week or so. Let's get to it. I guess first up I will show this one. Metal Maniacs, yeah, Metal Maniacs. I can get the whole, how old is this one? It's October of 92, I believe. 93, October 93. So this one I've already, I read it back in the day way back in the day when I bought this when it was new. Now I have it again and I reread it already. Pretty good read. You get Ozzy, Cathedral, Voivod, Faith No More, an interview with Dave Lombardo, thing on some shows, Living Color and Bad Brains played together. A Merciful Fate article when they reunited. And you get record reviews, demo reviews, little articles on Benediction, Memento Mori, and Loudness. Demo reviews include Machine Head, reviewing Machine Head's demo. Plus there's mail and playlists, what the contributors of the magazine are listening to, some news. Pretty good read here. Good reviews. I'd say, let me see here. What's Ozzy? I like Black Sabbath, but I'm not a fan of solo Ozzy. Cathedral, they're awesome, and Voivod's pretty awesome there too. Faith No More, they have their moments, but Dave Lombardo, and this Dave Lombardo articles from after he left Slayer a second time, actually. He left one point in the 80s, but he left there again in the early 90s, and he talks about his upcoming band, which doesn't have a name yet, but which would be called Grip Inc., as in Grip Incorporated. Yeah, where was I going with this? So yeah, Dave Lombardo is cool, huh? Souls at Zero, I'm not very familiar. I know I've listened to them, formerly Wrathchild America. Anyhow, that's Metal Maniacs. So I have a few old Metal Maniacs. I don't know, probably less than 10. I don't know, we'll see. Up next is another music magazine. Technically, it's a fanzine, right? Flipside, an old-ass punk magazine, fanzine, out of LA. Or if not exactly, well, yeah, LA, right? I believe this zine started in the late 70s? This particular issue, 44. I think it's from 1985, probably. It doesn't actually say, going by the band's, the ads and whatnot. So yeah, this is a good one. It's pretty old, huh? We've got interviews with Second Wind, a band that features members of a guy from Minor Threat and a guy from, was it Double O or Red C, like the letter C? I think it was Double O. Um, I don't believe I've actually heard them. Ross Zebre, another band I not only haven't heard of until I saw this. The Replacements, I'm sure I've heard them, I know about them, but can't say I've listened to them very much. An interview with Mike Stone, rather. Mike Stone of Clay Records, the record label that's home to Discharge, or was home to Discharge, and was home to GBH, among others. Discharge, among my favorites, and GBH has, they're pretty good. Mad Parade, I don't know, I think I may have listened to them at one point. Decry, I think I've heard them. Johnny and the Dingbats, I can't say I'd ever heard of them until I saw this zine here. Then Circle One, which I've heard, but I cannot recall what they sound like. They're let's see, then we have scene reports basically on Yugoslavia, which doesn't even exist anymore, right? England and Boston, and the band MIA, a little tour journal thing. So yeah, that's cool. We get letters and zine reviews and record reviews, columns, I think, maybe write-ups on live shows. So now on to we're out of the music here, out of the music magazines, and on to this. Parody! Entertainment for Clods. June, it's from June. It's the second issue. June what? 1970 something. 77. June 1977. So what we have here is a Mad Magazine ripoff. There's a few of them, or there were. There's Cracked, the most well-known, I'd think, which I have a few issues of. Then there's one called Crazy, published by Marvel Magazines, right? Marvel Comics magazine branch, which I have, I think, at least one issue of. Then there's Parody, Entertainment for Clods. The same style, right? They parody movies and other things, TV shows, comic strips, do things like social observational humor or whatnot. Same art style, the parody, right? You know, those big heads, slightly big heads, and lots of little details in the back. So yeah, I'd never even heard of this magazine until I looked up Mad Magazine on eBay, and this popped up, and it was an auction, and I won it. It was pretty cheap. I figured it would go nice with my other Mad magazines and not other Mad magazines, because this isn't Mad magazine, so it'd go good with my Mad magazines and my Cracked magazine and my issue or issues, if I have more than one, of Crazy. So this looks a little corny, doesn't it? King Kong is King Dung, haha. And Happy Days becomes Hoppy Days. Like, what does that even mean? So let's see a few other. Let's look at least the table of contents. So they, economics parody, Restoring America, published by Armor Publishing. Little Abner comic strip parody. See, parodying other magazines, joking about the military, the Old West if it existed today. Then they have in the front and inside cover this Parodies, Believe It or Not, which is a parody of Ripley's Believe It or Not. So yeah, 1977. What is it? June 1977. That's this. So this is pretty old. It came out several months before I was born. So that's parody entertainment for clods. The rest of them are the real deal. A bunch of mad magazines. Maybe I need to pull the camera back. Is that what's troubling me here? All right. So I've got this. This was all in one. This was an auction, I think, and I won it. Decent price for 14 old mad magazines. I'm going to start with the least oldest of them and work my way back in time. Back in time, right? So here we have September 1989. We get parodies of Batman, the 89 Batman, right? Keaton, which I've seen, but I don't even really remember that well. Then they parody Murphy Brown. I remember that one. Candice Bergen is a, what do you call it, a news reporter. Getting some water. Remember, who was it, Al Gore? Was it Al Gore or Dan Quayle? Which VP was it? Yeah, let's criticized it for what? Murphy Brown having a baby without being married. Oh my. How dare she, right? I'm kidding, of course. Anyhow, then they parody video rentals and driver's ed and rap. Well, I'm just basically this, what is this, show and tell with reading the cover of a magazine. Of course, you get Spy versus Spy. Where is it? Spy versus Spy. The letter section, blah, blah, blah. Then we have this December of 1988, parodying Crocodile Dundee 2 and Rambo 3. Quite the good cover, huh? They happen to, because, you know, well, let's explain it just in case you don't get it, right? Rambo, his head's on that knife. It's a Rambo knife, or what became known as Rambo knives, right? Then Crocodile Dundee, that's his distinct knife from the movie. And then you have stupid, good old idiotic Alfred E. Newman on top of a fork. So, oh yeah, let's take a quick look at the let's see, anything notable. 12 reasons why being in Congress is worth the price. You get Berg's eye view in every issue. He's these comics, little comic strips about little life things, right? Let's see, what else we got here? And the names they come up with, like the Crocodile Dundee 2 parody there, it's called Crocodile Dummy 2. Alright, let's get this wagon moving a little. Here's one I believe I already have, so this is a double. The rest I don't have, so 14 minus 1. I had 13 I don't have. You get a California Raisins parody there. How about that? St. Elsewhere parody. Remember that show? The primetime hospital drama. Kind of what, a precursor to what? Like ER. They make fun of Spuds McKenzie, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That show, A Different World. A spin-off of The Cosby Show. One of the daughters goes to college and they made a sitcom, made a spin-off, right? Let's see, there's a bit of their Spuds McKenzie parody. Do-do-do. Well, let's keep looking. It's not like I can go through every page of this, right? I could, but I don't think I'm going to. The spot. Oh yeah, I forgot. This one's from September. Did I say that? September '88. Then we have July 1988. Oops, it should have been. They're a little out of order. But 3 Men and a Baby parody. Remember that movie? Who we got there? Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and was it Paul Reiser? Raising little on this cover there, little baby Alfred E. Newman, right? Beauty and the Beast. The specific parody they're going with on parody. The specific Beauty and the Beast they're parodying in this issue is the old TV show with this guy named Vincent that's like a lion man or something. He lives in the sewer and he saves this woman played by Terminator's Linda Hamilton, right? Is that correct? And she's like, I guess, in love with him. I don't know. I used to watch it, I think, when my mom watched it. So yeah, and this parody of a movie called Broadcast News. Let's see. What they call the parodies in this one. Broadcast News. Guess what that gets called? Broadcast Snooze. Yeah, so they're big on puns, right? Broadcast Snooze. What's 3 Men and a Little Baby or whatever called? I can't find it. Do they not even... Oh, 3 Morons and a Baby. All right. Let me just take a quick look here. This one's kind of... I've read through these, but I haven't read everything, but what page was that on? I just lost it. 35. Hold on here. Bear with me. This is a pretty good article. When other comic strips start using the Far Side formula. So it's like Garfield, if it was the Far Side, and so forth. 3-page article here. Spider-Man gets crushed by a giant shoe. This is a good one, the Hagar one, because you know how Far Side always, not always, but frequently featured these cows, right? Hagar's wife saying to him, there's someone here who wants to speak to you about your helmet, and he doesn't look happy. Pretty good one. That's one of my favorites I've probably read so far. All right, let's keep going here. I've only got 15 minutes on my camera. Another lemon issue of Mad, and I think this is actually, yeah, it's Scratch and Sniff. And it still smells. Sort of. It smells sort of like something. Not really lemony, though. I don't know. This is vaguely lemon. So they parody Fatal Attraction, that movie, that show Designing Women, which becomes Redesigning Women. Ha ha, huh? Where's the other parody? What was it? Fatal Attraction. Where is it? Feeble Attraction. Ha ha ha. Then we have issue from March 1998. Parody of Michael Jackson's Bad album cover, right? And they even changed the logo, right? Most Mads don't often change the logo. Well, there's been logo changes in the early days, but since they established that logo, so that's pretty unique, huh? Mad. Let's see. Oh yeah, the RoboCop parody's pretty good. Robo Slop. Then we have there must be another parody. There's usually two parodies, right? Of a movie or TV show, that is. I guess that's the only one here. Although there's a song parody. Maybe that's what... I don't know. So, then we have December 1987. We get Eddie Murphy on the cover in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Ooh, Jeopardy. Dr. Ruth. That old lady doctor that talked about intimate relation health, right? And Head of the Class, a sitcom set in, a high school. I remember watching it. I remember what the teacher looked like. I don't remember, like, anything else about it other than it was in a school, right? So what do they name these? There's the publisher, William M. Gaines. All right, so Head of the Crass is what they decided to call it. All right. What do they call Beverly Hills Cop 2? Beverly Hills Slop 2. Yeah, Slop. Then we're going back further to June 87. Star Trek 4. A TV show about, I think, a cop, right, called The Equalizer. They make fun of the boss. And there's a pro wrestling thing here. What is the pro wrestling thing? Was it the, excuse me. What do they call the parody? Star Trek, of course, it's Star Black. Star Black 4. The Equalizer becomes the Tranquilizer, right? Because it's so boring. And the wrestling article is a fake ad for a WWF themed chess set. Here's some more 80s, hyper 80s here. March 1987 features a parody of Max Headroom, the Coca-Cola mascot spokesman. And it also parodies Time magazine. So they switched up the logo. They switch up the logo when they make fun of other magazines or covers of albums or whatnot. So yeah, that's a pretty nice parody of Time and Coca-Cola, right? Time's, well, I think they used to call it Man of the Year. I think they might call it Person of the Year now. On the back cover, we have a fake ad for Celebrity Mad Balls. Remember those? I need to get one or more of those. I used to have a bunch when I was a kid. They'd go nice. They're something I would like to have for the old collection. But Hulk Hemorrhoid, Michael J. Zitz, Mary Lou Retna, Veiny White, and Mud Donna. Do you know, so Hulk Hogan, Michael J. Fox, Mary Lou Henner was her name. Madonna and Vanna White all get the Mad Magazine treatment. And lest we forget, each of these, I believe, has a fold in. None of them have been folded in. You know, all right. Oh, so that was what? March 87. Let's go back about 7 years, right? To April 1980. Don't buy this issue. Buy the one underneath. So what's the joke? You keep... Oh, the one underneath? The one underneath is the same, so you keep looking at it till you get to the end, and now there's nothing there except the back of the whatever, the shelf. So what are they parodying here? Let's find out. The White Shadow. What is that? Some movie? Which they called The White Shadowed. What was that? The Concord Airport 79, a disaster movie, becomes the Concord Airport 79. And the Amityville Horror, remember that one? That based on a true story haunted house movie that turned out to be the true story part turned out to be a lie. But they call it the Calamityville Horror. Pretty clever, right? So yeah, I guess we're almost done here. Back to January 1978. They parody Star Wars. All right, and they parody that show Three's Company. Star Wars becomes Star Roars. I'm not sure about... I'm surprised I didn't call it Star Boars. Was that too obvious even for Mad? He's Company is what they called their parody of Three's Company. So, January 78. This probably actually hit the shelves in December, right, of 77, which was the month I was born. So this magazine is probably almost as old as I am. From January, if we go back to when it probably actually came out, I might have been yeah, right. That's how magazines work, right? So yeah, January 77. Do the math, right? Now we're going back to 76, April 76. Nope, we got it June 76, right? I didn't exist yet in any form, right? Mad, yeah, an old one. He's rolling a pizza out the door there. So what do we get in here? Dog Day Afternoon, that was that Al Pacino? Becomes Dum Dum Afternoon. TV show Beretta, somewhat cop show, becomes Barfetta. All right. Then we have the April 76 one, pulling a rabbit out of the hat. That's pulling him out of a hat, pulling a rabbit out of a hat. I guess I didn't want it to go on forever, right? Here's who are they parodying here as far as the movies go. Good Times becomes Good Time Slot. And I think that's the only satire parody of a movie. Dynamite, Good Times. So this last one, which I only have a few minutes till the camera runs out. I gotta... Whatever. This is a special, what they'd call a special issue, which is actually consists of entirely, well, mostly entirely, other than the new cover and stuff, of reprints of old articles. So this is older than that April 76 one. This one's from, I'm guessing, 1969, because the articles they reprint are from 65, 66, and 68. So they probably put this out in 69. So that's pretty old. It might be the oldest magazine I own, right? So, and it's the 11th annual edition. So this was an annual edition. They started putting these out more frequently, the compilation issues here. So this features a full color fold out bonus, car window stickers, which are not, unfortunately, they're not in here, right? But these were, and I'm not sure what these originally, which magazine these originally came from, but they are these. These are stamps. They're perforated, lick 'em and stick 'em, right? Not postage stamps, but so yeah, these are all Don Martin works on these. So I didn't get the fold out whatever section of stickers, but it was nice to have these. I'm gonna have to look into it and figure out how old they are, which issue they originally came with. Okay, here's where those magazines are gonna go. My magazine thing, I got these Simpsons things in front of them. Space issues, right? And they're under the Star Wars section. So, yeah, that's where they're gonna go. I'm still reading through most of them, so not yet will they go here, but there's some other Flipsides. The Metal Maniacs are out here, and so what else was there? The Mads down here. I might bump them up to the top since I have such old ones. The magazines, all right, and the Parody will go down there too, or raised up, or with those other Mad ripoffs. So that's it. Magazines plus a few comics, right, and some Heathcliff books and some like children's books or stuff, whatnot. Well, that's it. It's pretty late here, right, for me. What time is it? Where's that clock? 10:13 p.m. Eastern Standard here. Yeah, it's about time for some chicken noodle soup, right? I think. Yeah, chicken noodle soup. All right, anyhow, thanks for watching this here video. Catch you later. Bye-bye.